Equalizer offers you powerful tools to remove urethane-bonded autoglass in motor vehicles and utility vehicles. The equalizer can be operated by one single mechanic from inside the vehicle without damaging or breaking the glass. The equalizer is available in 3 different design types. The Equalizer Magnum, with a 1 horsepower motor to be directly connected to a common AC outlet. The Equalizer Freedom, which is powered by an 18-volt battery. And the Equalizer Excalibur, which is operated by compressed air. All equalizer tools are delivered in a foam-lined hard plastic case, which contains the tool and the following accessories. A T-handle hexagon wrench used to adjust or change the blade and the sheath. 2 regular blades 300 mm in length with the corresponding protective sheaths. Here you see one of the blades as well as the protective sheath already installed. 1 regular blade and 1 serrated blade, 200 mm in length with the corresponding protective sheaths. 2 regular blades, 100 mm in length with the corresponding protective sheaths. 1 pair of safety glasses. An operating instruction booklet and an instructional video. The blades have a thickness of only 0.5 mm and are thinner than cut-out wires. The blade runs inside a protective sheath, which, during the cutout, sits against the urethane. The blade is never exposed so that it cannot damage the instrument panel or inside cowling. Depending on the installation of the protective sheath, the part of the visible blade length can be continuously adjusted from 12 to 38 mm. The equalizer is thus a universal tool that can be used for all types of automobiles. The blades are sharpened on one side. They are mounted so the flat side is against the glass. To sharpen the blade, simply use one of the common grinding machines, a honing stone or a file. As you've seen, the blades are available in 3 different sizes and 2 different design types, either regular blades or serrated blades. The serrated blade will help you to cut the urethane bonding more rapidly. However, there is the danger of damaging a glass that is not broken. It is therefore recommended to use the serrated blades only if the glass will not be reinstalled. A patented protective sheath with a length of 100, 200 or 300 mm corresponds to each individual blade length. It's not allowed to combine different lengths of blades and protective sheaths. Apart from the already mentioned protective function for the inside cowling and the instrument panel, the protective sheath also serves to regulate the cutting depth and stabilize the blade. If you use the long protective sheaths, it will be easy to reach even inaccessible parts. Largely extended windscreens are therefore no longer a problem. Since the protective sheath can be used to adjust the length of the blade, you'll be able to adjust the equalizer to the width of the corresponding urethane. Proceed as follows. Use a blade on the inside and push it in until you reach the urethane. Mark the position on the glass and on the blade. Now lay the blade on the outside and align the 2 marks. In a further step, mark the position of the blade point on the glass. If you now push the blade forward to the glass edge and make another mark on the blade that aligns with the mark on the glass, you will obtain the exact cutting depth. When adjusting the blade, you will have to position the protective sheath in such a way that, during the functioning of the tool, the blade only comes out of the protective sheath a maximum of the distance between the 2 marks. Once the blade has been adjusted to the correct length, you can start to cut out the glass. First of all, remove all things from the vehicle which would hold the glass in place if the urethane bonding had been cut. In order to reduce the friction and to prevent an overheating of the blade, spray water on the glass edge along the inside cutting surface. Place the blade point directly over the urethane bonding, but not close enough to hit the urethane. Operate the equalizer at full speed, and with the tool running at full speed, press the blade into the urethane. You will now be able to start cutting the urethane. Because the blade is sharpened on both edges, you can cut forward or backwards. Keep the tool moving, but if you must change positions, then stop the tool from running until you've moved to a new position. Do not remove the tool from the urethane. Keep the glass wet where it is bonded to the urethane. Doing these things will prevent the blade from overheating. Do not bend the blade as it comes out of the sheath. This can damage the blade. Use the bend of the sheath to keep your hands away from the glass. Be sure the blade goes straight in and out of the sheath without bending. The equalizer is not just a windscreen removal tool. You can also remove all types of automobile glasses that are bonded with urethane. The tool is used in the same way to remove any glass. It will only be necessary to determine the width of the urethane before cutting. The 100mm blade is most commonly used to remove small glasses where there's not much room. The 200mm blade is most commonly used to cut out the front windscreens. For those glasses with difficult access, the 300mm blade can be used. As long as you follow the above-mentioned instructions, the glass will not be broken. Now we will show you in detail replacement of the blades and the sheaths. Loosen the screws that hold the sheath and the screw that holds the blade. Now you can pull out the protective sheath and the blade. Insert the new blade into the tool together with the protective sheath, and first tighten the sheath screws just enough so the sheath can still move. After you have adjusted the length of the sheath to expose the proper amount of blade to cut through the urethane, then firmly tighten the 4 screws that hold the sheath in place. Then tighten the screw that holds the blade in place. Since the blades are made of highly flexible steel, you may place the protective sheath either to the right or to the left. This way, it can be adapted for use by a right-handed or left-handed person.